In this video, I'm gonna be talking about 10 updates that Yahoo boys always do to make money. Let's start with number one. Sitting at number one is banking. A lot of their clients have bank accounts. So what they do is that if the client does not have money, they're going to go for the client's bank. This is what they ask for. They're going to ask their clients for the username, the password, and the debit card front and back. Once they've gotten those information, they're going to collect the client's address. Once they have the address of the client, this is what they're going to do. They're going to go on the website and edit a check. Then they're going to send the client that check to her address. Once the person's clients get that check, they're going to fill the check with what they want the client to write. So they may tell the client to write something like the person's name and sign and write the amount of money. Then this is what they're going to do. They're going to tell the client to go to an ATM machine and go and deposit the check because they know that it is fake. Now, 99% of the time, the client can enter the bank and deposit the check. But what stops the client from entering the bank is that the check is fake. So if she enters the bank to go and deposit the check, obviously the bank is going to notify her that it is fake. So that is why they always tell their clients to go to the ATM. Now, the check may be worth $1,000 or even worth $100,000. Now, once the check is deposited, sometimes the money is going to drop immediately, or it's going to take some time to drop on that account. And once the money is available, she's going to withdraw the money and send the money to a person based in USA, and that person is going to send the scammer Bitcoin. So this scam pays a lot of money and it has been making a lot of people go broke. Please note this video is for educational purposes only. Don't give out your information online. Alright, let's move on to the second update that these boys do to cash out. Sitting at number 2, we can never forget loans. Now, you guys know that loans are one of the fastest ways to get money. Sometimes some of their clients don't want to even receive a check and do any stupid deposits. They just want them beside them. Now, they can use a format of coming over and tell the person that they need them to take the loan so that they can come over. Now, this loan pays usually from $4,000 to like $10,000 depending on the client's credit score. Now, once they've taken that loan, the money is going to be sent to the client's account, and sometimes it is 2 or 3 days approval depending on the client's credit score, making these loans one of the fastest paying updates for Yahoo boys. Now that you understand the loans, we're going to move on to the third paying update. Sitting at number 3, we can never forget credit card fraud. Now, most of you guys know that one of the fastest ways these Yahoo boys make money is via credit cards. Now, basically, this is how the credit card fraud works. They're going to ask the client that, babe, do you have a credit card? She's going to say, yes, I have a credit card. Then they're going to ask the client, what is the limit of the credit card? Sometimes the limit can be from $300 to $20,000 or even above. Once they know that the credit card limit is like $20,000 or $10,000, this is what they're going to do. They're going to ask for the username, the password, and credit card front and back. Once they have that information, what they're going to do is that they're going to log in, and once they're logged in, they're going to start working on the credit card. They're going to send some codes and they're going to shoot the exact limit of the credit card. So let's say it is $20,000. They're going to shoot $20,000, and sometimes the $20,000 drops instantly, while other times it may delay to like next day or next 2-3 days. Now, one of the things about the credit card is that they can work on it over 2 times. So if they do it 1, 2, and 3, that's 20,000 times 3. Let's open a calculator. That is $60,000. That's enough to buy your favorite car. That is enough to buy one of your dream cars. So you can imagine how much is hidden in this credit card fraud. Now, please note, all these updates I'm telling you are for you to protect yourself and are for educational purposes only. Do not try this with anyone. It is strictly for you to protect yourself and keep yourself safe online. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Sitting at number 4, we have tax refunds. Now, most of you guys see cars of 500 million naira.
My brother, this car is worth $500 million. 500 00000.
300 million naira, and young boys of like 26 years, 25 years, 20 years are buying these cars. They are wondering, how are they doing it? It all leads to the biggest scam in all of them, which is the tax refunds. Now, what they need to do is that they get a client based in the United States and they tell her that she should create an IRS account and she should verify the IRS account. There's some set of information that they ask for, okay, that I can't disclose here. Once they get that information, they file for tax refunds. Once the money is coming in, the money gets into the woman's account and the woman sends off the money to the boys. Now, this tax refund, most times it is guaranteed, but it always delays. But if they do their cards correctly, they get the pay and the clients deliver the money, making this one of the biggest paying scams ever. This one can pay them up to $300,000 and even more depending on the client. Now, if you are enjoying this video, by the way, a subscription to this channel will not tax you. Subscribe, like, and share this video. Alright, let's move on to the 5th one. Sitting at number 5, we have the one that works for everybody. Have you ever seen a car of 20 million, 30 million, and are wondering how a young boy bought it? This is the update. Nobody has the time to wait for ID me, it's sent or not sent. This is the one that they focus on most times. Now, what they do is that they tell their client to go and create a new bank account around her address. The first thing that they do is that they get the client's address and they give her a bank around there that she should open. Once she has opened that bank, it goes as usual. They're going to ask for the username, the password, and the debit card front and back. Once they get that information, they're going to load a very, very little amount of money, like $4,000, $3,000, sometimes even $2,000. Now, this money may look like small money for the United States, but bringing it over to my country, that's a lot of money. Now, if they save the money, they're going to gather enough money to get a very, very good car. $1,000 is roughly 1.5 to 1.6 million naira. So if it is $4,000, do your math. For a car that is going for 20 million naira, it is going to be peanuts. So new bank is one of the most paying scams that these Yahoo boys are doing in 2026. Always be on the lookout for this. Alright, let's move on to the 6th update. Sitting at number 6, we have credit card application. Most of you guys know this one already, and if you don't know it, let me explain it to you. Credit card application is when somebody does not have a credit card, but they have a very, very good credit score. Sometimes they'll have credit scores of like 700, 800, some people have 900 credit score. Now, what they do to this credit score is that they get sensitive information from the person and they apply for a credit card. Now, immediately they grant the credit card application, it is game over from there. The loading begins, the feasting begins. Now, what is the limit of the same credit card? What is the limit? Sometimes, depending on the client's credit score, it can be up to $10,000 without even the client having any prior credit card. A brand new credit card application can give the scammer up to that. Now, we're going to move on to the next updates. Sitting at number 7, we have amendments. Most of you guys know this amendment update. It is for clients that have already filed for tax before. So if they have filed for tax before, there's what they call amendments. amendment allows them to file for another tax again. This one pays a lot of money. It pays from around $20,000 to roughly $42,000. So the amendment update is the number 7 on this list. And please note, this amendment update usually takes time based on there's a lot of processing and a lot of documents required to run this amendment, making this the number 7 on the list. Alright, let's move on to the number 8. Sitting at number 8, we have business email compromise. Most of you guys know this one, so please do not do this to me, I'm telling you. Now, what happens is that for the business email compromise, what they do is this. They get a company's email. They wait for the company to want to receive payment. Once they want to receive payment, they intercept that payment and they put their own details instead of the company's details. Now the company is going to think that they are the ones that are the legitimate people to receive the money, not knowing that that account has been replaced due to the fact that their email was hacked. Also, it does not just end in an email hack. They're going to be messaged continuously by a fake account. They're going to be deceived to thinking that they're on the right track and are following the correct payment procedures. This is one of the most dangerous and one of the most paying ones for the Yahoo boys. We are talking about payments of $300,000, $100,000 to over $2.3 million. Business email compromise has put a lot of people in jail and has also changed a lot of lives, putting this at number 8 on the list of paying updates by Yahoo boys. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Sitting at number 9, we have the wallet drainer updates. Most of you guys have heard people losing $90 million in crypto, $50 million in crypto. It has even crippled people. That is how dangerous this wallet drainer one is. Let's say somebody wants to buy shares and they have crypto on their laptop. They have crypto assets on their laptop. These Yahoo boys do this. They're going to generate a fake link that the person is going to click on. Now, basically, this wallet drainer is associated with the investment format. If you want to understand more about this investment format, I've made a video over here. Check that video out. It's going to explain everything for you in detail. Now, once they send the wallet drainer link, the person is going to click on it and connect their wallet. Why are they connecting their wallet? What's going on? They're connecting their wallet so that they can know how much they've made from the ongoing investment. There has been a prior discussion about how much they're making currently. So they want to know the update. They want to know what's happening. Upon all the money in their wallet, they trust this person. They've done a fake video call, for crying out loud. So they know that this person is not going to let them down. So they connect their wallets. With the $50 million in their wallets, everything gets wiped out. Sent to a different wallet, a trust wallet address. No name, no user. A cold wallet. Is game over. The person remains in tears. The person has nobody to call. Closes his phone and goes to sleep. This is one of the most dangerous scams. And sometimes Yahoo boys can make up to $30 million depending on the client that they get. Alright, let's move on to the last one. And this last one is very, very funny. Sitting at number 10, we can never forget the legendary blackmailing. What platform did they go and find them? It's on Snapchat. Snapchat is where you see a lot of men in a relationship and they still want to be in another relationship. It's the most funny place to see people that are willing to do stupid things. A man who said he's new, but the person he sent it to wants money instead. He wants money or else he's going to leak out the news. Now, there are a lot of AI tools out there that can generate fake news. So what happens is that they generate fake news and the person gets afraid and thinks that, oh, this is going to get out to the public. And what it does is that it's going to send money. Now, don't worry, this one is not the most paying one. It just pays around $3,000 to $10,000 or $8,000. It is not as dangerous as the previous ones I've talked about. So this one is the number 10 on my list. Alright guys, if you want me to talk about more, or you want to learn how to make a fake video call, I think you should watch this video over here. Then if you want to learn how to change your voice in real time and still make a fake video call, I recommend you watch this video. It explains everything for you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing and sharing. I am Format Boy. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.